I want you to want me. I want you to want me, yeah. This is Finding Gray. Finding Gray is where I don't care about the rules. The normal rules. So I even got Crocs too. I heard that was a red flag. I'm just gonna talk and do my makeup today. I think the channel will overall be like tattooing and maybe just art in general, because I do love art. It's part of everything that I do. When I decorate my house, when I clean, I want it to look like art. And I do my makeup every day because it's one of my very favorite forms of art. So, like, why the heck not? I fucking love Goth, babe. So if that sounds fun to you, go for it, dude. This is where we will be finding the gray in this black and white world we live in. It's just you and me now. And also, Finding Gray is also where I don't care about what I should and should not say because of the people that may or may not see this. I don't care anymore. This is my start over channel. I did a high dose bowl last night, so I have gotten into the habit now of mixing concentrate with regular flour. I work at a dispensary, so like it's pretty cool. So I've started mixing flour and concentrate together, and that's like my high dose that I'll do at night. And then this is the stuff from Michigan that's like really cheap. It's not as good. So I've noticed the difference with like smoking real genuine medical flour as opposed to, you know, 15 for 100 vape carts. So I use these for like daily medication, if that makes sense, because I do self-medicate with marijuana because I would say it's probably autism. I say that a lot. It's probably autism, but I'm diagnosed bipolar and PTSD. And I go back and forth between indica and hybrid because hybrid will lift my spirits when I'm in a depressive mode, and indica will calm me down when I'm feeling kind of alert and manic. So it's a nice delicate balance. I kind of have learned medicating myself, kind of picking up on what works for me and what doesn't, and what effects that it has for me specifically. Yeah, and working at a dispensary is so freaking cool because I like learning about the stuff just as much as I like smoking it. So it is really cool to learn about the process. That is a job I can absolutely see myself doing for a long time. Now I'm only part-time right now, which is almost perfect because it's not enough income for me to, I guess, get out of the position I'm in to go up, you know, more money. It's not more money, but it is a better lifestyle for me, and I have more time for me, like this, right here. You're my best friend. You know, you are my best friend. If you watch this, you are my best friend, because I talk to myself like I am my best friend, because I am like 5 different people. I host 5 different people in my head, which is super fun. That is super fun, right? It's crazy, but it works for me. Okay, sons and daughters, let's get started. So let's do it. I've been doing my makeup pretty crazy ever since I started working retail once again. I was working in a warehouse, so it was like pretty easy to just wake up 15 minutes before I had to leave and like just go. I didn't really care about what I looked like. And I still dated someone that I worked with. Yeah, just throw that in there. I have a thing for like meeting people where I work. It's like the only 2 people I had seen I met when I worked at Dollar General, and then after that it was when I worked at the warehouse. I found a little boyfriend there for a while, and just recently actually I yeah, so I gave Bumble a try, like a real try, and I met somebody from, you know, really not that far away, and we really hit it off. Like we really hit it off, and I was really excited because I was trying to let go of like my friends with benefits situation. Like obviously he doesn't want more, and I'm ready for more. Like I can't do intimacy without love. So I'm really trying Bumble, and this guy, he seemed kind of perfect. He, like, genuinely, I was like so surprised and impressed because like I could tell. He said he had ADHD, which, I mean, I could tell because I felt comfortable enough to be like my weird self with him. And he even said that he had like the personalities like me. And what really sold me on it is he was basically describing everything I wanted for my relationship. Like I wanted to build something on YouTube with my partner. I want to, like, I have a certain set of relationship things I want to do. And he like fit the bill for almost all of them. And it really was. I kept saying, I think I'm dreaming. I don't think you're real. Like, I don't think you're real. Which was kind of funny in the end because we started texting on Friday and he was in the middle of a move, he says. So he didn't have, like, he wasn't texting like a bunch, which is fine. Like we really hit it off Friday, but then he completely ghosted not only Friday night, but all of Saturday. All of Saturday. If I texted him, he would just say like meow or something stupid just to respond, not actually listening to what I said. And like I should have gotten red flags then. I didn't. Because on, I think it was Sunday. On Sunday, he made it seem like it really was just the move. And we really did hit it off again. And we made plans on Monday to meet. And basically, he love bombed me. And I am like the biggest mirror. That's why I have to be so conscious about where I put my energy. Because I am a big mirror. I will only show you what you show me. And that is genuinely the truth. I will only be as comfortable as you let me be. And he love bombed me. He was talking about when we retire, we could get a tiny house, and he was like, we could have kids. He's like, you're really it for me. And everything was like amazing. So when he invited me over to his house at 7:30, I had offered to help him move. Like that was my idea of a date. Because I don't like Netflix and chill. That's not me. I don't want to do Netflix and chill. I want real plans. I want to do something to get to know you. And honestly, because he was like so perfect with everything, I ignored that it was the common setup. It was a Netflix and chill setup. And we talked for an hour before he was sore and he wanted to go to bed. And that was basically the end of that. And then I left in the morning, a little put off because I was rushed out because he had a doctor's appointment. But since then, he like emotionally ghosted me. He got what he wanted, and he was still keeping just enough contact on Snapchat. But I could already tell, like, I was suckered into it. That is so much more hurtful than a friends with benefits that doesn't feel the same way you do. That is so much more hurtful, being lied to. being lied to and then emotionally ghosted. That is so wrong. That is so wrong in so many ways, and I'm not fucking with it, to be honest. I'm done. Like, I'm so done with Bumble and Tinder and all this stuff. It is not even worth my time. Genuinely. It's not even worth my time. I would much rather sit here and have a chat with myself than waste my time with some other guy. Done with boys, okay? I'm gonna date me. Which, in all retrospect, I do have quite a lot to choose from. Let's go dark and dramatic today, okay, kiddies? Let's do this. That's what I call my kids. They're my kiddies with D's. So essentially, I am done. I am done with dating, and I'm going to date myself. I have, 5 personalities that I am, like, actively tending to, if that makes sense. I have Emily, which I say is my body. It is my body. It is what... It is the things that cannot be changed. And that is also, like, the autism, the PTSD, bipolar, whatever it is, essentially, that is Emily. She is what I cannot change. I cannot change that I am fragile in nature. I cannot change that I do take everything personally. And I over account for a lot of things I probably shouldn't. So there's Emily. She is the body. The things that cannot be changed. I love Emily. I have to take care and nurture her. Now, there's also Vera, which is me. I am the host. I am who I choose to be. That is me. And that is a blessing, because I was not always able to be who I chose to be, who I would choose to be. I am very happy that I have chosen the Vera lifestyle. Vera lifestyle is being true to myself, being exactly who I always knew I should have been. But of course, Emily was a cage. Emily was a cage. Emily was the ego, was the way I was raised, was the way I was supposed to be in the world. Just by my name, I was being called to be something. And I was for a time. But now, Vera gets to be the host. She gets to decide who makes the final calls. And I think that makes more sense. Also, now I have, if I were to legally change my name, it would be Vera Lillian Gray. Now the Lillian is my goddess energy. She is what I imagine holistic. She is holistic. She is health and purity and green. And I will never be Lillian. I will never be Lillian. She is the earth itself. But I strive. I will always strive to live for her, to live like her, to make the choices that would make her proud. And that's going to be a never-ending battle. It will always be a never-ending battle. And that is okay with me, because Lillian is a beautiful goddess. And I am happy to follow in her footsteps. I also have Gray. Gray took the place of my last name, or it would, perhaps. Gray is my place in this world. I will always strive to find the gray. And you are here. So welcome to Finding Gray again. I'm really happy to be here. It did take quite a while, because Gray is Gray is controversial. People see the world in black and white. You're either wrong or you're right. You're bad or you're good. But the world is made of gray and nuance, I guess. So I strive for everyone to understand. Not necessarily agree. We don't have to agree. That's impossible. But if we could understand that all of the struggles we are going through is metaphorical, maybe we could be a little nicer in the world to each other. Like what just happened to me on Bumble. Like, you are a jerk. You're a jerk. But I mean, that's just how it is. I had to understand that that is what's out there. I had to understand that I am in the right. I am doing what's best for me, and I am making the good choices. If other people, just other people in general, want to make different choices, that is completely up to you. That is completely up to you. But I'm tagging out of the game because that's not life to me. That is no life at all. That doesn't even seem fun. To have hope for a day and then cry. Hope for a day and then cry. That's not fun. What is that? That's not life. It's not what life is supposed to be. Now what I do want, I do want a partner. I want to find someone for real. And I know it's not going to be easy because all the things worth finding and keeping usually aren't, I guess. I'm just going to focus on me and my life because I love me. There's also a part of me that I don't show to everybody, and that I call my demon. He is my demon named Seth. I would say Seth is my urges to do the wrong thing. Maybe for the wrong reasons. But Seth has a purpose. Just like Lillian has a purpose. She is a goddess. And she is right and just with existing. Whereas Seth, does he have a right to exist? Does he have a right and just place in my life? And honestly, the truth is yes. He is a part of me. He is all the parts of me that want to do the wrong things. And the rest of me does not agree, I think the whole purpose that I had to learn from, I guess, the dating that I did do the past few years is I am worth more than that. I have been giving my energy to people that probably didn't earn it. I've been giving my energy to places that were against what I actually wanted to be using it for. I wanted my energy to be on YouTube. When I first made my You Crafty Bitch channel, I wanted it to be random crafts around the house, and then mental health, and then it turned into spirituality, and now I'm here. I had to go through everything that I went through. I had to live in the basement for 2 years, and I had to work a horrible full-time job to figure out that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. And I'm so happy to be here. I am happy to be here, and I want even Seth, I want every part of me to feel comfortable and happy and like they have a say in my life. Because I think ultimately that is when I get the most depressed. The most depressed is when I am denying the parts of myself I don't like. Even if I don't like them, they deserve to be here. And that even goes for Seth. Seth is my demon. I mean, even my kids do know about Seth. Because he's a real part of my life. And instead of ignoring the fact that he's there, I would much rather acknowledge him and find a healthy balance. I want to balance all of them. All of my personalities, all of the parts of me deserve to have a say. And they do. I have a goal to live holistically, just like Lillian would, in a way she would approve of. I respect her enough, and I want to live for her enough that I do actually make the changes. And that includes my diet, my energy, and the way I spend my free time. Instead of scrolling, I guess. Instead of scrolling. I don't want to scroll and swipe. I want to live and create and produce something amazing. It matters to me, you know. It does. Man, lose my concealer. I want every part of me to be happy. I think we deserve that, you know. This color in eyeshadow is called Emily. It's actually my very favorite palette because I am the Corpse Bride. I used to love, well, I still, Nightmare Before Christmas is my very favorite, but if I were to identify with one of my very favorite Tim Burton characters, it's definitely Corpse Bride. And it's hilarious that her name is Emily. But my blue is very Vera. I call it Vera Blue. But yes, very Vera Blue. Very Vera. Thank you very much. That's me. And I like to joke about aloe vera. Aloe vera. That's me. It's funny. Talk about all my personalities, and I really do sit here and talk to all of them. And sometimes I get possessed by one of them and they will have a say. Not always. It doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes I wish they would come out and say something, but it just, I don't know, something's blocked half the time. And I think that has a lot to do with the parts of me not feeling safe. And I guess that is my goal. I want to feel safe to express every part of me. Because I do love every part of me. That's something I think all of us kind of grew up not feeling. We didn't love ourselves. And if we did, it was naivete. It was gaslighting ourselves as children into believing that this is love. And this is what love looked like. And I don't want to do that anymore. I think we all deserve a chance to be something a little more. Be something a little more than what we were told is the end for us. Your mess ups could easily be incorporated into the masterpiece. Just like Bob Ross. He understood. He knew the game. He was trying to teach us. You just have to be willing to listen. Willing to listen. So every part of me will get to have a say. And Lillian wants to clean up the diet and the environment. Gray is really into this, probably. This is probably very gray of me to be filming. And Emily just wants love. She is sad and alone. But Vera has other things to do, if that makes sense. That is genuinely how I relate to this world. All these parts of me, and they disagree with each other. Which, I mean, is that really so bad? Because I do have just about every perspective And I can have a lot of different conversations with a lot of different people about different things, but I have to feel comfortable with those people, and I think that's part of the battle, and it always will be, like, genuinely. My goal here is to enlighten you to your own truth, because we're all looking for the same things, you know? We're all looking for a community, some place where we feel the best. We're looking for something that feels right to us, something to make us feel like we're heard and understood. A community. That's what I want. More than anything is a community. That guy off Bumble, he was like, "You always do the best makeup." That made me feel good. So thanks. I feel pretty proud of my makeup most of the time. Although, like, my middle school, high school is really when I started getting crazy with the makeup. It didn't take long, because in 5th grade, my mom had given me a dark lipstick crayon, and I wore that. I wore that in eyeliner and painted my nails black with Sharpies, and I wore safety pins in my ears. That was who I was. That is what I was. That was Vera. But I was an Emily, so I had to look like an Emily. And eventually I gave into it. I looked like an Emily. But not anymore. Not anymore. I got out of that trap. Because it's just not me. It's just really not. I really am just this. I'm this. This is what I am. I can't be with the weak-minded if you don't appreciate... I guess if you don't appreciate the art, that is quite alright. It makes me feel good when you do, though. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure I've lost out on quite a few jobs because of the way that I do myself. I used to be very put together as an Emily, but as a Vera, I care a whole lot less. I'm a lot happier that way, to be honest. The battery died, and I didn't realize until it was too late, so that sucks. So I believe the last thing I was talking about was Seth. You know, Seth is part of me. Yeah, right. He's brown. And all my other parts of me have colors. Lillian is green, Emily is red, Vera is Vera blue, and gray, of course, is gray. She is finding the gray. I guess she is the black and white that I wear. Yeah, so I did go ahead and finished my hair and my makeup while the battery was charging. But yeah, I think the next video I'll end up doing will be like tattooing or maybe coloring. I like to detail color, you know, shading, make it look realistic, which is very good for tattoo practice. What kind of... I don't know, if anybody wants to throw out some ideas to practice, because I'm all for it. I'm all about the practice. I would love to get back into, like, actually being mindful about practicing my art every day. Because if tattooing is really something I want to do, I can't start a project and then stop halfway through. That's not exactly how it works. So I think we can bet on it. We can bet on that. I'm going to start practicing, start filming while I practice. I do enjoy the shading, so it's going to be a lot of the style that I do. Realism. I'm going to try to do realism, although this is like my style right now. It's, I guess, I like the scripty, kind of cartoony type style, I guess. I also did, can't even really see it. I also did this guy. I have to be weird about it. my kids' birthdays. That is one of my very favorites that I've done so far. I also have bats just above my knees. I put dragons, like 2 different sets of dragons on either side of my knees, and then I had started little kitty cats just underneath, but I only finished one. And then I did start this guy. He's a cute little paw print, but right, I have quite a bit more space. Maybe I'll get into some booty shorts and we can tattoo my thigh sometime, like a really big project one. I've been really wanting to do this cat, bat, kitten thing. It's like chasing a moth. It's so cute. It's one of my very favorite designs that I've seen online. I would love to put that on my thigh or even on my calf, but I think the calf might be too weird of a position to do, so I guess we'll see. But that is what I'm planning. We're gonna start doing art. I'm giving up boys and I'm gonna start really committing to what the whole point was. I'm exactly where I've always wanted to be. I worked so hard to get here, and boys. Boys are stupid. Okay. Just kidding. I love boys, but I would much rather love me. I would much rather date Seth, my demon. I would much rather spend time with Lillian and Gray and carve out what I've always wanted my life to be. Because I think I'm at a position I can finally do that. I love it. I'm so excited. So, if that sounds good to you, I'm happy to have you. Thank you so much for being here, where we find the gray in this black and white world that we live in. I'm so happy you're here.